Caring comes from one heart and soul to another. This medical center must first of all have a healthy heart and a healthy soul.
I've worked here over 40 years, and I've seen this type of caring going on for a very long time.
She's already starting to cute.
I learned to care about my patients and about my colleagues from those people that came before me, that taught me the way to do these things, that it's okay to go above and beyond.
The culture of caring is not something new in the ICN. When Dr. George Little came, he wanted to be sure that he knew we were all part of a team. Our input at rounds was important, that the parents were important, and now it's Dr. Gautam Suresh who's continuing the culture of caring here in the ICN.
Caring, I think, starts with taking the imaginative leap of imagining yourself in the other person's shoes.
It's a culture that helps allow for patients to talk about not only their health, but their wellness.
To understand a person and where they're coming from and where they want to go, you have to form a relationship with them, and sometimes it has to be formed very quickly.
Things going well? I think caring is a quality that every one of us possess. And I think if somebody nurtures you a little bit to bring out the best in you, it will happen.
Being able to look at patients from a whole person perspective, not simply as a disease, but as a person that lives in a community and has friends and family around them.
If you see every patient as if it were your family member, then it's impossible not to do everything in your power to make that person's day, their hospital stay, their procedure, their trip to the pharmacy, their chemotherapy, whatever. It's impossible not to strive to make that as good as you can.
It's extremely important for all staff, including nursing, to have care and compassion and empathize with the clients that we serve here, and greatly enjoy helping people out, whether they be patients or my coworkers.
I am constantly blown away by my colleagues who work here in all aspects of providing care, from ushering people at the main entrance, to serving them food, to cleaning the space, to researching about diseases that we hope to find cures for.
I don't have the opportunity to see patients myself, but I think of the patient constantly. I think of them as a patient. I never get to meet patients, but every time I have one of their specimens in front of me, we do one at a time, we give it our devoted attention, and I always ask myself, what can I do that will make the patient's care as beneficial to them as possible?
There was a lady in the cafeteria that every time you go through her line, she says, "Hi, how's your day?" And she'll say you by name because she'll see your name tag.
How are you today? Thank you, Sophie. You have a great day. Good morning, Naomi. How are you today? I love all the customers that come through my register. I love to tell the medical students, did you make sure you get your vegetables today? And if they don't, I'll say, well, maybe you should get some fruit, because if your mother comes through here or your dad, I'm telling them, and they get a kick out of it. And they'll go back and they'll get their vegetables. And they'll say, Catherine, I got my fruit today. I got my vegetables today. We have an excellent group of people here. You have cooks and production people, you have dishwashers, you have the nutrition people. Very, very important part of the hospital, even though we're not hands-on with surgery or medical procedure.
Because I don't have direct contact with patients, I don't meet patients face to face, it's important that when we talk with them on the phone, that we present ourselves in a very positive manner. The only thing they have, the only impression they have of us is what we give them with our voices. And I think that we should have a smiling voice, a caring voice, and let them know that we are here for them and that whatever they need, we can have taken care of one way or the other.
Providing compassionate care and high quality care is easier said than done at times.
They're under a lot of stress, and we have to remember that none of us is perfect and that they have their issues that need to be dealt with at the time, and maybe to have some empathy for them and to know that if I was sitting in their shoes, I would probably be acting in similar ways.
Those moments when it's just too busy to let the caring shine through naturally, at that point it's professionalism. How people feel about their experience here is really integral even to how they're going to heal and what their outcomes will be.
It's very easy to forget the true passion and the true reason that brought you to medicine in the first place. And I think stepping back and reflecting once in a way on what is this all about, recognizing that this is all about the patient, and reminding each other about the true reason why we're here is a good way to keep the passion and the flame alive.
While we don't always see them when they're at their best, they're always very thankful and appreciative of the high quality of care that we provide.
This has been a real gift to be able to walk outside and have these two wonderful organic farmers right here, right outside the door. Live Well, Work Well has been dedicated to caring for staff here at DHMC and trying to find ways that we can take better care of ourselves through their programs. Their yoga classes and their exercise classes and walking programs were all programs that I availed myself of whenever I could.
We're a family here. We're a family outside of our home.
When I came here 9 years ago, it was big boxes of Dunkin' Donuts and big, huge, giant chocolate chip cookies, and now it's fruit platters and vegetable platters for people's birthdays, and we have kayaking groups and cycling groups that go out every week, and we really try and support each other that way.
There's an area over by the east that has a good group of blueberry bushes that has a great crop every year. Everybody helps themselves. Once a year, the grounds crew, we go out and we pick them and we have a blueberry pancake breakfast.
I think it's the little things that we do to show that we care. Whether that's seeing someone lost in the hallway and going up to them, whether it's just a simple touch that we know someone's anxious about what's going on in their day at the hospital. Those little things show we care, and not only with our patients, but with our colleagues.
Start the day with a smile.
We do little things to make the parents feel good, write little notes to the parents, from the baby, like handprints or footprints. Sometimes the nurses will do pictures and make a scrapbook page and post it up by the isolate. We encourage the mothers and fathers to make scrapbook pages so they can follow their journey here.
One time a daughter of a patient who was getting treated for cancer came out and asked if she could have some of the mountain laurel that was blooming outside the door. So I went and I cut some for her and brought it in, and she brought it in to her because it was her bridal garland when she was married, and thought it would mean a lot to her to be able to have that in her room and to put it on her head once again. I think the little things like that make a big difference in the person's outcome.
Clary Black is our project search intern here at the OSC.
It is a school-to-work program for young adults with disabilities. I've had the opportunity to do different jobs.
The skills that we're giving to Clary will hopefully be translatable to a position in her future. We have been thrilled with the work performance that she's been providing to us.
She's great. She's amazing. I mean, every morning she comes in, she's got a smile on her face. She laughs at all my jokes, which is wonderful. She amazes me.
I think it has been awesome for Dartmouth-Hitchcock. And I think that Dartmouth-Hitchcock has welcomed us with such open arms, and there are so many people that have been touched by other adults with disabilities, so they just welcomed it.
I'm a representative of a very large group of people who care deeply about treating cancer patients, conducting cancer research, preventing cancer, and it means a huge amount to see the community come together, rally around the cause, and really just have a great time doing good things for good people.
Well, there's so many people that I could thank.
I would like to give a big thank you to everyone in this hospital, all of my customers, all of my coworkers, all of my supervisors.
I would like to thank everyone in Clinic Administrative Services, from Mary Evanovsky, Dawn DeFelice, all of them, because I work for the most supportive department ever.
Most of all, I want to say thank you to 3 West nursing staff, because they're a pleasure to work with, and it becomes a family.
I'd like to say thank you to our leadership for supporting nursing at the bedside for surveillance monitoring.
I'd like to thank Donna Crowley. She gave me my very first job at Mary Hitchcock.
I'd like to thank all the nurses who took care of my son David when he was very ill, all the nurses in the emergency room, and especially on 2 West.
Well, I'd like to thank George Little for the culture of caring that he established here in the nursery and the ICN.
I'd like to thank the 90-year-old patient I met today. She grew up in Latvia, went through Stalin, through Hitler, and she was had these amazing insights into how much good we human beings can share with each other and change the world, and she totally made my day.
Tammy Lambert, Karen McCoy.
I'd like to thank the wonderful volunteers coming to the Cancer Center, including the Reiki, the Comfort Card, the Infusion Suite, and all of you wonderful volunteers that give so much of your time.
Thank you.
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 Muchísimas gracias. Thank you.